And the worst thing that water can carry are sediments, which make its sweeping power denser and more powerful, giving it greater ease in demolishing everything in its path. Water is one of the elements that cause the most damage. It has the power to sweep away everything in its path, including entire houses. It's madness. The rains that fell on the mountains have caused the water to carry away all the sediment in its path until it reaches the city. After a few hours of rain and an inefficient drainage system, chaotic situations can arise for its inhabitants, with incalculable losses. With the slope in its favor, the water rushes with such speed that it takes everything in its path as if they were playing cards. How devastating this water movement is. When there is an extended period of rainfall and the water infiltrates the soil, things like these can happen, all due to the loss of the soil's resistance capacity and its composition. The steepness of this mountain makes it prone to landslides. It's a pity that it's a main road and it has collapsed in such a way. Now, communication between these roads must be a real problem. High-speed winds are a serious threat. So, this person decides to move away and leave their car, a real threat from Mother Nature. The large movements of soil mass due to soil instability end up being a threat to nearby houses. They also occur on roads where the slope angle is high and the type of soil easily detaches. The consequences: isolated roads. These people are risking their lives. The temperature of the liquid lava can reach 1,000 degrees Celsius. This tornado sweeps everything in its path, and these storm chasers are willing to go after it. But not too close. They could be devoured by it. Winds of over 100 kilometers per hour are a serious threat. The force with which this typhoon has hit the land has caused flooding with a strong current that easily lifts houses off their foundations and makes them float. In a matter of minutes, Mother Nature can destroy everything in its path. A clear example of this is typhoons, characteristic of the Atlantic Ocean region. This camera records the approach of a tornado, which causes massive damage to this community. Suddenly, everything goes dark as the tornado consumes everything in its path. When the earth decides to tremble, it does so in such a way that it can topple those houses that had a secure construction system. This earthquake has taken everyone by surprise. This man walks calmly through the flooded room. Suddenly, disaster strikes, and the immense force of the water surges and destroys everything in its path. The hurricane, typhoon, tsunami, and everything that threatened this population. Even airplanes ended up on the ground, a true catastrophe. A storm is recorded on the amateur video camera. The force with which it strikes is impressive. It easily blows away almost any object. The temperature radiated by the lava is hellish. Poor men, they must be experiencing hell on earth. Then, the volcano releases all its energy, posing an imminent danger to the adjacent populations. The top of this mountain begins to break away, setting off a chain reaction, and all that cliff seems to have a new destination: the waters. Soon, the waters reaction will be unexpected for these extreme enthusiasts. The detachment of granular material from the upper layer warns of a major landslide. After the slope presents a failure due to loose material, we are facing a large avalanche of rocky material. After hours of intense rainfall, the load-bearing capacity of the pilings reaches its limit. The wear and the impact force of the water cause the imminent collapse of a part of the structure. There is no worse foe for structures than water. It destroys everything in its path. The waters have overflowed their banks and are ready to become denser, dragging any object they find in their path. The harshness of this earthquake is recorded from the camera of a commercial establishment. Incalculable damage. It seems like a normal day in this Asian city. Suddenly the earth begins to shake. All types of waves shake the ground. And yes, a large-scale earthquake strikes this Asian region. A very common situation on this continent, but it still alarms its inhabitants. An ocean earthquake has triggered a tsunami, leading to an increase in the flow of major rivers. The boats have lost their course and are unable to pass under the bridges, causing them to collide with the superstructure and leaving them in total loss. Water always seeks its natural course, and therefore it flows where it once had pathways, regardless of whether humans have built roads. Water fears nothing. Nothing opposes it, and it overflows the road, in search of new things to carry away. A quick overview of the havoc that heavy rain can cause in large cities. The water overflows its regular channels and carries everything with it, especially vehicles. A factory in China loses all its belongings. The force with which the water strikes the houses makes them collapse as if they were a deck of cards. After hours of intense rain, the water undermines the foundations of the houses to the point of carrying them away into the massive sediment river it drags. By just a few centimeters, that man has been saved. The erosion of these areas, probably due to illegal mining, may be one of the main causes of this landslide. Suddenly a hailstorm is falling on this small town. A man is trapped in his vehicle and has no choice but to stay there, under the tree.
Got KD in there.
The channel through which the river flows carries greater force due to the amount of water it transports, and the drains have been designed to deposit it there. It causes the collapse of this pedestrian crossing. A dense cloud of volcanic material has been captured by this volcano enthusiast. It's madness to stay recording this moment. The pollution levels produced by volcanic material are extremely harmful to health. Huge hailstones the size of baseballs fall from the sky. It's one of the largest hailstorms recorded for these residents, who anxiously hope they won't cause major damage to the humble roofs of their homes. A river swell almost takes these men by surprise. The sudden change and impact it has on various structures can lead to their collapse. Some men have had great confidence in them. And suddenly, a hurricane lands in this region. The relative calm is lost in a matter of moments. Hurricane-force winds brutally assail the trees and vehicles, which are the main victims of this typhoon. A tsunami has brought an immeasurable amount of water to the city. It sweeps away the vehicles that remain on the roadway. Only those on higher ground parking lots barely remain safe for the moment.